So today we're going to be talking about the Olympics, and this is a video that's going to frustrate so many people, being like, oh, it doesn't matter what we say now, they're not bringing Caitlin or Angel, or not bringing these other players to the Olympics, they've done what they've done. But I'm going to be talking about why the conversation will never end, and it's not going to end for a while. And I do think that the next time Team USA pick a team, it's not going to end. And it is not because they didn't pick Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, it is because the reasons they've given are just blatantly dumb. Before we get onto it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to hit, well, we hit 25,800 by the end there. It's insane. We're trying to hit 6K by the time the season's back. That would be incredible. But we are going to talk about this. And the reason is, what reasons publicly were given for Caitlin Clark not making Team USA? She was not top 15 at the time of selection, which I agree with that. Or not top 12 at the time of selection. I agree with that. But neither was Taurasi. Neither was Chelsea Gray. Chelsea Gray was in fact injured. At the time, Brittany Griner was injured. So it obviously wasn't that. It was nothing to do with who the best players were at the time, because there were two players. Taurasi was not in that, and the best players were the only point guard they brought was injured. Was it because she didn't go to the camp? Which is what everyone's been saying, that she didn't prioritize Team USA like these other players did. Chelsea Gray didn't go to the camp. I think, or Brittany Griner, I think, was injured for the camp. There were multiple players that were injured for the camp. Or was it that she didn't represent them in the qualifiers when getting there? Well, A'ja Wilson didn't because of a book tour. And obviously, you don't not pick A'ja Wilson. But for every single reason that was given for Caitlin Clark not making this team, and to a lesser extent an Angel Reese not being called up, for every single reason that was given, it's been proven blatantly false. It's all been proven blatantly false. There's either examples of players that were in the same situation as her making the team and underperforming, or if you're talking about we just brought the best team, they very clearly didn't. And you can maybe argue, and the worst part about this is, if in April, Team USA said, we're picking our team based on the camp, it's unfortunate that it clashes with the Final Four, but we are picking a team based on the camp and previous people that have played for Team USA. So unfortunately, she won't be in consideration for this Olympics. That would have caused uproar in April. But we had 2.5 months of, well, the start of the season is going to be her rehearsal for the Olympics, or her tryout. And she was still better than guards that got picked during that spell. Obviously, if the team was picked now, she'd be a starting point guard. But she was still better in that spell. But there are players, based on Team USA's own logic, the logic that kept Caitlin Clark off the team, the player that got screwed the most was Ariel Atkins. Ariel Atkins is a lockdown defender who went to the last Olympics, was at the camp, was there for the qualifiers, was coming off the bench and playing more minutes than Kelsey Plum. She was playing more minutes than Jackie Young. She was playing similar minutes to Breanna. The player that got screwed over, based on all of Team USA's criteria that they used to cut Caitlin Clark off, the player that actually got screwed over was Ariel Atkins. There's no excuse for Ariel Atkins not to have been on the team, but there is an excuse. The team, it was not about the Caitlin Clark effect either, even though Cheryl Reeve hates her guts. It was not about the Caitlin Clark effect. Do you want to know what it was about? It was about, we have our club. We have our club, and if you're not in the club, you're not making the team. There is no reason for Ariel Atkins not to be on the team. Based on her game, what Team USA needs. What Jackie Young is doing right now is what Ariel Atkins can do. She's a better defender than Jackie Young. She's a better third or fourth option. I don't think she's better than Jackie Young, but the role Jackie Young's playing, Ariel Atkins is better at it. There's no reason for Aaliyah Boston not to be here on the team. There's not. They need another center. Actually, maybe, because Age is playing center. But Aaliyah Boston should have been in consideration. But the thing is that, you see all those shooting guards? All those shooting guards, they're in the club. Kelsey Plum is an Aces member. Do you want to know what they wanted? They wanted to just pick a team so that they could shout, yeah, we're all champions. Yeah, we're all champions. We only pick champions. All this crap. They wanted to pick a team based on the egos of the top players. They picked the players that wouldn't harm the egos of the coaches, that wouldn't harm the egos of a Taurasi, of previous members of the club, of your Yukons. How many Yukon players are in that, like, or adjacent players? Like, heck, you've even seen it with the starting lineup and Enrique dropping out. They picked the team on politics. This is team politics. And look, Team USA could send their third team and win the Olympics. I'm trying to think who their third team would be. Their second team, based on the way they've picked it, their second team is basically the All-Star team. With minus John Quell and Bonner because they couldn't play. And let's just say you add Atkins for Bonner and... who do you add for John Quell? It's a big... I don't know, they had enough bigs. So let's just add in like Tash Cloud. Tash Cloud. That's their quote-unquote B team, according to them. One, that team would beat the actual Team USA. But two, that team would walk the Olympics. So their third team, which would be... I don't know, like old Tina Charles maybe at the 5. You'd have... You might bring a... Like Dejanay Carrington would be on that team. At the point guard position, Skylar Diggins-Smith maybe would be a starter. You'd have like a Walker Kimbrough coming off the bench. That team would still win the Olympics. Like, and Team USA know that. Team USA know that they can bring their C team or their D team to win the Olympics. So they know they don't have to bring their A team. That they can bring 2 or 3 players that will guarantee you wins. Like, all you need: Alyssa Thomas, Sabrina, Jackie Young, Stewie, Kat Copper, or Fee and Asia. You'll never lose a game as long as you bring that core of players. But they politicked a lot of other players in the team. Kelsey Plum should not be on the team. Based on current play, she should not be on the team. Jewel Lloyd should not be on the team. And for people being like, why is this talked about so much? If the men did that, and you might say they did with the Dream Team. The Dream Team was a showcase team. That was a showcase for the world of basketball. If you want to argue that this is a showcase team for the world of basketball and you don't bring the 2 most popular players, that's not an argument. You can't make that argument. Leaving Caitlin Clark off is like leaving, again, it's like leaving Michael Jordan off the team. But Caitlin Clark, based on their criteria, they have really flawed criteria, but based on their criteria, Caitlin Clark probably shouldn't have made the team. But based on their criteria, they screwed over Ariel Atkins. So there's no criteria for their team. They picked a team based on politics. They did not pick a team based on basketball. They made the team good enough so that it's a near impossibility for them to lose, but they also made sure that they kept all the people happy. They made sure they played every politics card to keep everything happy, because this is nowhere close to the best Team USA team they could have. And that's why the conversation doesn't end. The conversation about Caitlin Clark not making it will never end, because the biggest, not only, you could argue that the best player to not make it is Enrique, and cool. If you want to argue that, I don't agree, but I'm not going to say it's a crazy take. But the difference is that they've got 6 shoot for a shooting guards, and Enrique is a shoot for a shooting guard. So they've already got 6 Enriques on the team. But their point guard can't walk. Can't walk, can't run. She struggles to walk. Their point guard can't run. They didn't bring a backup point guard. They're really struggling at the said point guard position, which is why the Caitlin Clark thing is just dumb. But anyway, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.